Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Well, today we are going to be looking at the second part of Spriters Hope's Blooming Dawn playthrough. And as I've said before, this is a test playthrough, just working out any remaining bugs and getting the game ready to publish. My name is Athice, and I've been working on this game for a very long time now. That being said, though, we are going to do our best to make this a go. So, last time, we managed to get up to the part in the game where we had gone into the first village. If we have a look over here, which is Mesquier Village. And here we are, right where we left off. Let's talk to some people, shall we? I'm so glad I chose to retire here. There are a lot of interesting books in the world. They sometimes contain useful information, and other times are just fun to read. Hi there. The lands south of here have been in upheaval due to the Southern King's overwhelming desire for power. We got a little kitty cat here that meows at us. And if we come in the house here, we can talk to some people. You'll also notice a little shining light on the bookcase. That's to let you know that there's a book there that you can read. Title, Spoons and Bards. Would you like to read? It is unknown just where the connection between spoons and bards came from. Maybe it was merely someone's fantasy. Maybe we can finally discover the secret. Alrighty. They say there is a man over in the next town who can restore lost memories. You hear that, Annies? We've got to go see him. There is a cruel king who rules over the lands south of here. He hasn't taken our lands yet, though, but I do worry. Alrighty, so that gives us a bit of hints on how we can get our character's memory to start being restored. Also, there is a bit of a glitch in this corner with the tile setting or whatever. I need to fix that up before the game releases. Alright, let's move over here, and I want to take you in here. Would you like to enter the quest vault, Master Spriter? And in here, we enter this quest vault. Now, the quest vault shows you the quests that are available. The design has changed up a bit as I've been working on it. We do get to see the total amount of pantomimes we've taken out, or if the areas are fully cleared or not. We can also check out the various quests that are available to us in the village. So let us head out through here. And then we can come up here and speak to this guy. Oh, you have a sword, Sprite. You're so lucky. You bet he is. If you want some new gems, the store in town sells some. So over here we have a quest giver. Now, quest givers are generally denoted by a little floating question mark above their head to let you know that they have something that they want you to do for them. I've been trying to get this box open. It was left to me from my great-grand, but the key was lost. Help him? Yep. I could open it if you like. Thanks, that would be a great help. Thank you so much. Alright, so that's just a little tutorial quest sort of thing, just to give you the idea of quests. Nothing too special or groundbreaking, but if we head in here then now, and check out the quest sphere. Thank you for your help. Gain 5 potions. And that will be of great help to us on our journey. So it pays to do good things for people because you get rewarded. But also because you're doing good things. And let's come in here. The Mystery of the Marsh. Would you like to read? In the distant Southlands, there is a marsh that sprung up almost overnight. Nobody knows how it got there or just what caused it to appear. Stepping into the marsh will slowly drain one's life, so all are asked to avoid this marsh at all costs. And we can speak to this guy. Oh, hello, looking for a weapon, are we? I'm all the weapon he needs. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there, miss. I do have a selection of gems if you want. That would be nice, thank you. Right, so here we can buy a bunch of different gems. I would like to get a tackle gem, because that comes in very useful. And now that we have that, we can come into our equipment here, customize our basic sphere, go to the gems, and equip both the piercing thorns and the tackle gems, giving us the ability to use both of those new skills. And if you recognize those skills, that is because in the last stream that we did, the pantomimes we were facing had them. So on occasion, like we got the Piercing Thorns gem, the different pantomimes will drop their different skills and we can then utilize them ourselves, which I think is a pretty useful thing. Alright, in we go. Let's speak to this guy. My daughter has such a kind heart. She's my little princess. I would love to get her a new doll, but need all the money I have for food. Oh, poor guy. I want to grow up to be just like my daddy. And over here, we have a map of the region. Now, this map I am working on. This currently is the map of the region in the RPG Maker style, but I want to make a handmade map of the region, and I've been working on it for a few days now, but it's proving very challenging. I'm generally not good at, like, landscape art, but I think it's looking pretty good, the map that I've got. We'll have to see how it goes. This is the old version of the map, though. So, let's head on out here. We can't help this guy at the moment, because we haven't found any way of buying anything, except for weapon stuff. They say the next village over is in the midst of a drought. So strange, we have normal rain here. If we head in here, though, Mesquier item store. Oh, hello dearie, how can I help you? We can come in here and buy all sorts of different things, including a Zoom doll, which is a cute little doll sought out by collectors. So we can then come around here and give the guy his doll. So, introducing the concept of quests slowly. Did you get the Zoom doll for my daughter? Bless your kind heart. Thank you for the doll. Then, if we can come back into the quest sphere area over here. Enter the quest vault. And that's another quest, this one over here. My daughter really wants one of the new Zoom dolls. And we gain 10 kindness and a basic sphere. So kindness is a stat that is measured in the background in the game and is used later on for a certain something. You'll see as you go. So let's come on down here and do the final quest in this town, which is this lady's. Ah, those pickles keep eating my crops. Our crest is weakened so much that some pantomimes can get in. Can we help? Oh, you have a sword, Sprites? Okay. I'll give you some G if you can beat them. Let's do this. Alright, so we've got 3 enemies on screen at once here. Our multi-slash is going to be very valuable to us in this battle. We also, though, have now these abilities that we can use, such as Piercing Thorns. We can also use Tackle, which does damage and lowers the defense of our enemy so that we can then take them out in just one strike from the next move. At this point in the game, it's not too valuable to lower your enemy's defense, but later on it does become kind of indispensable. So it's always useful to have a skill with you that can lower your enemy's defense. Alright, let's get some glittering tokens. The path just south of the village is stalked by acornets. They are really mean, but they're scared of fire. So talking to different NPCs like this gives you little hints and suggestions as to how you can defeat the enemies you come across the way, or what you should do next, or just a little bit backstory about the world. Ooh, a sword sprite. Hi there. My dad used to tell me stories about you, but I never thought you would be so awesome. Hear that, Annies? I'm awesome. Well, you better get going before you give her a big head. Alright, and here we can read 2 different books, one of which is the Bible. So, because I'm a Christian, I've scattered certain quotes from the Bible throughout the game, but I have made them optional because I believe everybody should be given the choice as to whether they want to be involved with that or not. So yes, there are Christian themes and ideas prevalent throughout the game, as I am a Christian. However, it is not forced on the player. So yeah, let's head on into Welltown then. And what we want to do is come to this little teapot place over here. And change our name, because we are not Annies, we are Annie. There we go. And I just changed it back to Annie's. No, there we go. Alright, we are back to Annie, which is the default name of the main character of the game. Okay, back to Mesquier we go. And let's quickly rest up at the campfire. We can save and head into the quest vault one last time to complete the final quest. We get Elemental Backgrounds 1. We can now change our backgrounds. So let's go and have a look at that, shall we? Off to Welltown we go. And up to the background area, which is over here. So right over here, we can change our background. We've got plain, leaves, book and techno. Let's go for plain for now. However, we got these, which now let us choose different ones. Water, fire, wind and earth. Let's have a quick look at them. So you got water, you got fire, you got wind, and you've got earth. I think I'm going to stick with earth for now, just to change things up a bit as we go along. And let's head back into town. So as you can see, the rewards for completing quests can be quite different in nature. While one reward may be as to get an item or to get an ability or skill, another reward may be for backgrounds or new music. All sorts of rewards can be had. Let's talk to this guy over here, shall we? There's real good fishing to be had in a lot of different places. You have any interest in fishing? Yeah. Oh, well, take this here rod. I have a ton of them, so don't worry. If you see some fish in a body of water, why don't you cast that rod and see what you get? Right, and we get a fishing rod. With this, if you see a little fish swimming in the water, such as this one, you can select it, and then you get to choose how hard you would like to cast. You can go all the way up to 9, any number, and let's see. Let's try and cast it with a strength of 3. Wait, this is not a fish. Uh-oh. We get encountered with something nasty. So let's give it a tackle over here and just finish it off in one hit. Yeah, so you'll either find a fish or you could find a item or nothing at all, perhaps. All depends on your ability or skill at guessing the number. There's also generally 2 fish in an area. So if I've fished over here, then I come down here, another fish will appear. And once I fish there, that fish will disappear and it will be back over there. So you can keep moving between the 2 fishing spots for basically infinite fishing. And that one got away. So you can just try your luck as you go. So over here we find ourselves in Route 2. Now there's another graphical error that I must fix over there. I've added, let me actually show you how I can do that. I've got Doodads over here. And this allows me to do various different things. Like, for instance, place these arrows that we've got over here. We can also come into plants and place various plants. So I've made a specific one for tree leaves. That helps me to cover up areas like that. Although, for this one, there are roots down below which need to be fixed as well. So any of you that is working on this sort of a game, it's a very useful tool to have, because as you can see then, I can make this much more natural looking than with just the editor itself. I will need to come in and edit that base of the tree there separately though. So there we go, already that looks a lot better. And let's fight our first different enemy over here. Watch out, these little guys are known for being dangerous. It's so small though. Even a small pebble can kill a giant. Alright, so we can tackle him, lower his defense there, and get some multi-slashes going. Because as you can see, he is much more tough than the enemies we've been facing. Now, he removed our debuff there. So he has the ability to boost his defense. So we need to reinstate our defense lowering there. And I think we can finish him off with just a normal attack at this stage. And there we go. The mini knight has been defeated. So if we come into our items here and our key items, we can check our Pantopedia to find out more about that little mini knight that we just beat. That's the Piggle over here. Although small in stature, they are tough opponents. They are quick and tanky. The color on their armor grows more saturated and brighter the angrier they are. You can also see a whole bunch of information about its HP, SP, attack, defense, so forth. Also, its ability gem that you can get and some other items you may be able to get from defeating it. Let's collect the feathers over here and the rough skin. What is this strange thing, I wonder? Well, that's for later on. And we can get some seeds over here. And I have now changed the chests in such a way that they look like spheres, which open like that. I think it's much more rewarding than the general chest. I like the little sound it makes and the look of it in general. So over here is the acorndits that we were being warned about. Oh, these are so cute. You think that they're cute? Very. Be careful, they can be a tough nut to crack. So once again, we want to try and first lower the defense. And then head on into a multi-slash. Now, as you can see, they are indeed a tough nut to crack. So if you haven't got the ability to lower their defense yet, it's going to be very hard to beat them for you. Or maybe not. Maybe you guys can find another strategy around it. That's the beauty of this game, is that with the ability to gain all the enemies' different skills, you can really customize this game to your liking. You can make it as hard or as easy as you like just by smart use of the skills. Alright, let's get some smoke shard over there, rough skin, there's another chest with some fire sphere and toxic gloves. We've also got glittering token and rough skin and... But wait, there's two spheres that I want over there, I can't get to them. There's this rock in the way. Oh well, I guess we can't do anything there for now. So, whenever you come across a situation like that, when you're in the game where you get stuck and it looks like you should be able to go somewhere but you can't, come back a bit later and you probably will be able to once you've got some new abilities. For now though, let's head on down here and collect some of this stuff, shall we? All good, useful stuff. Alright, let's tackle this guy. It looks so familiar. Maybe it's a clue to your memory? The Rint used to be pets before the corruption. I wish I could remember. Alright, and this was actually the first pantomime that I ever designed. So this is the little Rint. And he's whom Zoom is based off, and the Zoom doll. So we can finish him off quite easily there. Now, I don't know if you remember in the last stream, but there was a guy that was looking for certain components, which we now have. So if we travel back into the forest over here, and come and speak to him, I did that in the last stream, didn't I? Or maybe I did it off screen. My humble apologies. But anyway, we get access to a crafting recipe, which is to craft tinder. And if you craft a tinder, you can then combine the ingredients and use that item in battle, which is very useful. Also, we have now got an elemental sphere. So before you change your spheres, you always want to detach the augments that were attached to your previous sphere. Otherwise, they just go away with your sphere. And you don't want that to happen. So we can clear here. And we can change to our fire sphere. Now, as you can see, it increases our special attack by 5. Instead of increasing our base attack. Which is an interesting way of doing things. Although in this case, because we lower level, it increases both our basic attack and our special attack. So yeah, let's come into optimizing there. Then we can further customize it by adding either a toxic shard or a smoke shard. Now I need to change the text on there to say poison instead of stun. And here we can add our gems. We don't have any crystals yet though. We'll get to them when we get to them. Also, we don't have any accessories, so we can't do that yet. Let's head on down, shall we? Now, because it is a fire sphere, it is fire elemental. Just like in games like Pokemon or Final Fantasy, enemies and even the character has elements associated with them, and using certain elements against certain enemies will be more or less effective. Take for instance this bird over here. Be careful, those birds can heal their allies. I'm sure I can take it. Well, at least you aren't chicken. Alright, so this is a parrot, and this bird has a wind type element, which means that our fire type attacks, which they are now because of the fire sphere, are not going to do too much damage to it at all. So you need to be careful when you attaching things that you don't get too many negative elements associated. Otherwise, you could be in for a very rough time. But we've lowered his defense twice now, so even so. And there we see a secondary effect. Now, we equip the toxic shard, so you can see both we've poisoned him and his defense is lowered. So that's the benefit of attaching things like shards to your gems. They become passive abilities that your items then can use. Alright, let's get healed up over here. And save up. If we come through here though, we can collect some wheat, or some corn rather. Uh-oh. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Just what is so funny? You have fallen for the clever trap of us. The one, the only Aconded brothers, Bobby and Sammy. Now, if you would just give us all your valuables. No way, Annie, we gotta show these guys who's boss. Alrighty. So, there is a way to avoid this battle, but I'll leave that for you guys to discover. For now though, we need to focus on defeating these guys. Remember we got previously these tinders we made, so these are very useful in this battle, since both of these guys are very weak to fire. So we can dispatch them quite easily using the tinders. Alrighty! And we get a level up from that and the seed cannon gem. Pretty useful move. Bro! They are tougher than we thought, bro! Run! And off they go into the wild blue yonder. So, let us change some stuff up here. We want to come customize our fire sphere. We'll include the seed cannon gem over there, which gives us yet another weapon in our arsenal. Now we can come back to the campfire and get healed up. Sorry, I just noticed the mouse was on the screen there. We can also save after that battle, and we can carry on our merry way down into this area over here. And face off against this rint. So we've got two of them here. Now also, since we've got the the fire elemental sphere, our damage against these guys is going to be reduced as well. So we definitely want to get a tackle in here to help us. So you can see how even now with the reduced defense, we're still doing much less damage to them than we would have been without the fire gem. Or the fire sphere rather. And there we go. Those guys are taken out. Now we are getting quite low here on our SP. So that's when we can use things like Nectar to save us a walk all the way back to the campfire over there. Or in some cases, it's quite a far way, so you want to make sure that you keep stocked up on your various supplies. Now, as you can see, this guy is walking around and doing his own thing, and even if I get close to him, he doesn't necessarily follow me. Certain times, pantomimes will not follow the usual procedure. They'll be randomly walking around on the map, doing their own thing. Now this guy's walking straight towards me. But yeah, they'll follow their own rules, and they won't necessarily follow the general structure. So, let's get this guy now. Now, we want to target him first, because having the fire sphere attached, our attacks will be super effective against him. Although he's just used a defense buffing move, so we definitely want to get rid of that as fast as we can. There we go. And we can... he's buffed himself up again. Jolly. Alright, there we go. Then we can not attack the double buffed Rent. No, that's not what we want to do. Alright, so at least we get rid of that guy. Now, I think I better use a potion before things get too dire here. Also, I can use my sword form. Now, as you can see, when I use the sword form, my health increased, my total health, but I also got a health regen now. So not only does my health increase as I go, but every turn I'll get a little bit of health back, meaning it's pretty much impossible for me to lose at this stage. There we go. And in the right hand side you can see he was guarding quite the treasure. Whole bunch of remnants, which are used in crafting recipes later. As we come across more crafting recipes, they'll be very useful for us. So let's head back and get healed at the fireplace here. Now, we could go around and beat up every single pantomime in this area, and we will later, but why don't we make a little showcase of how we can try and skip around battles, shall we? So as you can see, they follow you quite intently, but not extremely so. They do give up after a while and walk back to their preset places. Over here, we get a little bit of money. So generally the little red spheres have only money in them. It's just a little way of signifying, hey, come here if you want some cash. Also, you notice the little tool set lying on the ground over here. If we clear this area of pantomimes, we can get another little item that will give us a boost in defeating these pantomimes. But for now, let's head out over here to Lurika Village. So this is the second little town in the game. Although, could you spare a few G? Thank you so much. Alright, so in this area of the game, things are a bit more sad than the first town that we went into. This town has definitely come upon some hard times, although you will notice some constants. We still have our quest sphere, our quest vault over here. We've still got our well, and we've still got the crystal. Now, I didn't cover the crystal too much in the last village, but if we talk to any of the crystals, it says, what's this strange crystal? This is a Christ pillar. They were made by the Lord of Chell to repel pantomimes. They are the reason villages and towns have no pantomimes in them. Or they used to be. Now they have started to weaken. I need a comma there. Let's head on into Welltown, shall we? Now, you want to always access Welltown whenever you go to a new town or village, just to add it to your map. If you don't access the well, it will not be added to your map. So here we go. We can now travel to and from Lurika Village, and if we ever wanted to go back to Mesquier, all we would have to do is access Mesquier's well in Welltown, and that will save us the long journey to and from the different towns and areas in the game. So let's head back to Lurika, shall we? Alright, so we're back in Lurika now, and let's head on up here to Lurika Keep. What business do you have here? Now, business is spelt incorrectly there. I need to fix that. Get lost. Alright, so we cannot head into the keep. Huh. That's quite concerning. What am I supposed to do now? Well, when we get lost in the game, there is one thing we can do, which is to head over to Welltown. Not the quest vault. And once we are here, head on over to the right-hand side and to the little coin over here. Hi, my name is Advicendu. I can give you a clue what to do next if you want me to. A young girl in the north of town should have something interesting to say. So that way you can find out what you were supposed to do if you were lost in the game. So let's head on and try and find a young girl in the north of town. So north is up, south is down. So, she's got a question mark even. How did you get here? Hi there. Hi. Why are you here? Where do you come from? I've lost my memory, so I'm trying to find someone to help me get it back. Oh, well, you need to see Kelladar. He's at the Lord's Keep at the moment, though. Thank you, I'll head up there then. No problem. Oh, and just tell the guards Mio sent you. Did you get to speak to him yet? Not yet, but I will, thank you. So, over here, we have found how we can get past the guards. Also, if we come down to this area, we can see we have an inn here. So, we can visit the inn. This used to be both an inn and a dance hall, but since the new lord came in, no one has the money to come in and watch the dances. A real pity too, we got such a talented group coming in just this morning. Oh well, then it's still running if you would like a bed. 50G for one night, would you like to stay? And there functions just like the campfires, except they cost money. So, if you want to save yourself a bit of a walk, you can use the inns, but generally it's better to use the campfires. Also, if we come back here, we can see that the dancers are there, but we can't quite get to them. Or can we? So, if we head on up this way, we can come around and speak to the various dancers that they have hired. Man, we came all the way here, now we have no gig. I feel sorry for this poor town. Ugh, I keep messing up my practices. Which town to go to next? I wish I could help the people here. Hi there. And, yeah. This looks like this woman has a sprite with her. So she must be a spriter too. Yes, there are various spriters throughout the world as well. And, each sprite has a different element and a different weapon, and so forth. We have more quests that we can go on over here and more things we can do, but for now, let's progress the story, shall we? If you guys want me to cover the quests and stuff, let me know and we will do them. Some of them have some very good rewards. What business do you have here? I'm here to speak to someone. Mio sent me. Very well, but make it quick. Alright, and we can head in here. I'm on duty, leave me be. Something about this new lord, huh? Oh, never mind. So, here, I can see a chest over there. Or a sphere now. For all these years I've been working on them, they've been chests. But I think that is just so much more rewarding. Alright, let's come in over here and speak to the lord, shall we? Can I help you? I'm looking for a person named Kelladar, your lordship. Ha 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 ha! Oh, are you now? Well, Mr. Kelladar was getting on my nerves, so I sent him to the dungeon below. You're welcome to go down after him if you so desire. Tell the guard to let you through. Alright, so we can, Wait, before we go down there, let me set a water memory spot. A water memory spot? It's a spot where we can travel instantly back to if we need to heal or something else. Just use your teleport skill and we'll go right back to the spot. That's really useful. Can we do it anywhere? No, there are only certain places where it will work, and some things are able to stop it from working. So we can here? Yes, master, and done. Alright, so what she was talking about there, if we come into our skills menu, is the ability to use the teleport, which will move us to the start of a dungeon. And yes, this is the first dungeon in the game. So if we do that, it does take 30 SP, but we are instantly teleported to the beginning of the dungeon, so that we can go back out and get healed and whatever else we might need to do in that particular area. So, Lurika Keep Dungeon. Let's move forward, shall we? Looks like we'll be facing some fire elemental pantomimes up ahead. Elemental? Every spite and every pantomime has its own element. They each have their strengths and weaknesses, except physical, which is neutral. Huh? Neutral needs to be fixed there. Have a look at this. Here, look at this. So, looking at the column on the left, you can see the elements listed. Look across and match them with the elements in the top row to see the strengths of the elements represented by green and the weaknesses represented by red. So, as they said, you can have a look at the chart at any time from the picture menu. Also, let me give you your first elemental ability so you can put out those fires. And we learn Splash. So, if we come to the picture menu over here, we can see the chart. Now, as she was saying, you need to read it from left to right. So if we look at fire, we can see that it is normal effective against other fire elements, but it is strong against nature elements. And it is weak against water and wind, strong against metal, neutral against all others. Physical is neutral against everything, and all the others are balanced around 2 strengths and 2 weaknesses to each other. Also, we can change our background to any of the different pictures we have here. Now, all of these will not be unlocked right from the beginning. They will be unlocked as you play the game. Currently, though, it's a bit glitchy and doesn't work too great. I'm not too sure how to fix it. If any of you guys have any note for me on how to fix this, it would be great. But for now, you've got access to these from the beginning. The map gets unlocked from whenever you first see it in the game. So let's change our background to something a bit different, shall we? So over here, you can view it full size by pressing W like that. Also, if you come into it, you can set it as a wallpaper. So now this will be your background. You can always go back to the default wallpaper at any time by going to that one. But if you want to change it to something different, you can. So these are just different representations of the elements. So for instance, we could have that. And there'll be other pictures as you go along, and you'll get them as rewards and stuff like that. Now, our first fire type pantomime. Ew, I hate these. What's wrong with them? They can launch toxic embers at you and make creepy buzzing noises. Well, let's swat them like the bugs they are, and splash. So, as you can see, because we have a fire sphere, our physical attacks will do hardly any damage to them. However, the water ability is great here. In fact, I would say and recommend that for this one, you want to detach all your ornaments from there, and you want to change just to a basic sphere for this area. Now here we need to make a decision. Do we want the Piercing Thorns gem, the Tackle gem, or the Seed Cannon gem? Because we can only have 3, so I think I'll have these ones. Still haven't got any crystals or accessories though. And we have a little bit of a puzzle here, but first we need to take out this pantomime. It's juggling flames! Think of how long it practiced to do that. Maybe I should try juggling. Just don't get burned. Alright, so we can beat that guy. Not too much difficulty there. And now we got our first little puzzle. This one seems like it's already pressed down. If I press this, it changes. So what I did, because I wanted this game to be as accessible as I could get it, I've added little symbols on top of the buttons, which were originally just color-coded, just to make things a bit easier for people who are colorblind. So, do you think these rocks have any relations to those buttons? So you can see here that this one does not match up to that one, which is something I need to fix. But all the others will. And that one will in the final game. So if we just make them all match up in the pattern on the right, it opens up. Also, to those who match the colors on the path shall be revealed. Alright, and over here, switches reset the rocks when stuck. If we come here, we can now push these out of the way. What I do need to do though is I need to change the texture of these because they're too similar to the rocks which function a bit differently. And I don't want the players getting confused. We get an attack token and an attack charm. Some accessories for us there. And we can just continue to push them out of our way, like so. So let's come over here. If we change over here, we can add an attack charm. Also, we have these accessories: insulated headband, toxic gloves, and attack token. Now, some of these guys can poison us, so I recommend equipping the poison gloves. Look, Annie, I think you can walk across here. Alright. So we can walk in the dark. Oh, not everywhere though. So we have to be careful where we walk. Also, there's something behind these boxes, but we can't get those boxes out of the way. So let's head on out into the darkness now. So I know the path pretty well of where to go over here. As I say that, I can't find my way across. So we can come through here and we are greeted by this guy. He's a walking suit of armor. Wonder how I would look in it. I don't think red is your color. And unfortunately, he got rid of our tackles straight away there, and he's buffing himself up. So this is what we call a aged pantomime. Now, aged pantomimes have all the abilities of their previous age, including new abilities that they've picked up as they've grown. So this Dark Knight is an older form of the Mini Knight we've been encountering up until now. Also, we can use Splash against him, which is pretty effective. And we can use a Tinder against him for some fire. There we go. Nice. Let's head on down, shall we? Alright, time to teach you the last skill type. I'm ready. These are buff and debuffs. And we learned HP regen up. Want to know about them? Buffs focus on making your party stronger, things like raising attack or defense, whereas debuffs focus on making the enemy weaker. Both can be found in this section. Alright. But we're pretty much trapped. We can't go any further. Unless... What just happened? You just found a sacred item. This is a lamp that never burns out. You can use it to burn certain objects in your way or to light lamps. So, as you travel throughout your journey, you'll find certain sacred items like this lamp, which allow you to access things you were not able to before. So, if we go back across the invisible path here, and make our way all the way back here, we can now burn these crates and access a power-up. So whenever you see a test tube type item like that, we can use them in a very interesting way. So they enable your character to gain extra stats. So for power-up, if we use it, Annie's attack will increase permanently, but by only a set amount of points. You also get different vials which have different effects on other stats. So they are very, very valuable, and depending on how you use them and on what character you use them, you can make some pretty broken characters with them. So yeah, there are a ton more pantomimes here. Rid the world of darkness for light's true reward. So that's a little hint on what you should be planning to do in this area. Let's use some splashes there. Alright, and we managed to get the enemy defeated. Now, we do see there are some lamps here, along with some colors, which need to be fixed once again. So, if we have a look over here, we can match the buttons with the various lamps. And that frees up the way here. However, we can also light these lamps with our new lantern, which provides a different reward. 400 gold and a bunch of other stuff. Alright, so if we come back this way, you'll also notice that those weren't the only rocks that were removed. These ones were too. We can head in here and get some more stuff. Alright, so that normally would have poisoned me, but because I have the no poison gloves attached, we are safe from it. Although I came into here with pretty low health and pretty low SP, so I need to be careful. You should notice as you go through the areas that leveling up makes the areas much easier. So you can kind of control how hard or easier you want to make it for yourself. You can go back to town and grind up to level 99 if you want and make the whole game a breeze. Or you can play through it as the game is set out and see where it takes you. It's all about how you want to play the game. Alright, now... couldn't dodge him. Also, there's a whole bunch of them here. So, let's try and take these guys out in the back here. Before he gets too many buffs on them. There we go. That's one of them down. Let's try and get this other guy down as well. And I'm out of splashes. Let's use a nectar. Ow. Okay. Another splash here. Jolly good. And we want to use our flame grenade on this guy. And that is the power of grenades, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's use our sword form over there to start gaining some more health. And a tackle or two to get this guy's defenses down so that we can take him out with a single sword stroke. There we go. Bit of an example of a bit more complex battle there, but I think it's a pretty good one. Alright. So we want to pick up this potion here. Also this glittering token and a stinger. Now, I'm not doing every battle in the area, but I'm just giving you a basic overview of things. Alright. Let's get this. So now this is also a pantomime, but it's purely your choice whether you attack it or not. This thing looks like a cocoon. They are. They're what warfires grow into. We better stop it then before it grows more. Alright, so you do not have to face these. They are just sitting there. So you can leave them alone if you want to. However, doing so means you miss out on experience points and whatever items they may drop for you. So, there we go. We managed to defeat him, but Annie is looking in a bit of a sorry state. Fortunately, we did get a potion for defeating him, so we can come here and heal up like that. Also, if we go into our food over here, we can increase our attack, buff our skill, and do all of these things. Although, I think I want to use some onions to gain some SP there because my SP is suffering. Okay, let us light these torches while we are here. And there we go. We managed to unlock a little item for ourselves. 500 gold, not bad. And let's burn this box just because we can. If we come in here, we get 3 nectars and 3 potions. Nice. And over here, or these guys rather. Alright, I don't know what's just happened to the stream. I don't know if you guys can still see me or not. It does say it's still sending, although YouTube has told me that it's not receiving enough data. So hopefully it's working for you guys. I don't know. Let's head on with a splash over here. There we go. Taken out without too much hassle. Okay, and we can heal up, of course, at the campfire. And let's head up this way. And that voice is the voice of my dear friend Hodag Roma. Thank you so much, buddy, for voicing this character. I really appreciate it. Oh, I don't know how much longer I can hold these things off. Don't worry, we've got this, Master. Fira, I want you to get this man to safety. I won't just leave you here. Just do as I say. Hey, we can help? Master Blaze, it's another Spriter. Thank goodness, we can save the introductions for later. Get up here and help me. Thank you for helping, lad. This brave man has been doing his best, but I'm afraid I haven't been much help. No time for talking, here they come. Alright, and we have a battle with a ton of enemies. We also have a second party member. So let's get a splash going. This is Blaze. He is our fire elemental specialist. He also is a very strong attacker. If you want a guy to do a lot of damage to your enemies, this is the man. So let us come here to his mastery ability, Cleave. Cleave is a special mastery ability, just like Annie's forms are. But Blaze's ability is not forms, rather it is a specially powered attack that ignores attack and defense, both of the user and of the enemy, and just does a straight 400 damage, meaning he can take out these guys in one shot. However, this is balanced by the high SP cost, 50 SP, for one use of Cleave, as you can see, which is quite costly indeed. Good strategy with Blaze is to have him defend straight after, because he will recover just enough to get one more use after one turn of defending, which means that you can take out these guys with not too much trouble. Whenever you get a new character, make sure to go through their skills and abilities so that you can see what will be best for you in the long run. That was some fine work, lad. Now we need to go have a few words with the Lord upstairs. Wait, before you do, let me help heal you both. I have a few potions and elixirs with me. Ah, feeling good. Okay, let's go. What are you doing here? We managed to escape your little dungeon. Now we want answers. Ha 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 ha! You think yourselves so clever, yet you have no idea, do you, of the kind of enemies you are making. Let me give you a small taste of the Southern King's power. 'Cause I can smell it. 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 I am the Lord of Fire. Alright, and we get to our first general, General Saraner. Now, these generals each hold a special place with the Southern King, this one being the Lord of Fire. As such, he is weak to water. But for now, we want to focus on taking out his cohorts, so that we can not get overwhelmed by the sheer amount of foes around us. Let's go for a cleave on this guy here. Now, Annie was paralyzed that last turn, so he couldn't do much, unfortunately. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem in the long run. Let's use Splash and have him defend again. He's getting his flame armor up. We can use yet another cleave over here, taking his HP down by quite a bit. Now, you do notice that in the top, he has a special HP bar all of his own, and that is unique to each of the pantomime generals. We want to defend here. Annie is out, unfortunately, but we can use enemy Annie to help us be a nectar feeder for Blaze. So, unfortunately, because Blaze will be going first, we can't use Cleave, so we'll just get another defend in here just to help keep Blaze in tip-top shape. We also want to hand a potion over to him to help him a bit here. And now we can use Cleave twice and finish the general off. There we go. The general is down. A bit tricky if you don't know what you're doing, but not too hard for a first boss. You have sealed your own doom. The Southern King will show you no mercy. A gem? He wasn't human. What? If a powerful enough spriter gets a hold of a gem, they can make a unique pantomime. A creature that acts human but has no soul. That's horrifying. So this pantomime is responsible for the drought? Now that we have defeated it, the weather should return to normal. My name is Blaze, and this is my sprite Vera. Who are you? I am Annie, and this is, I never asked your name. You were supposed to give me a name. Some kind of master you are. Oh, okay, how about... Mix is the name of our sprite. Mix, huh? I guess it'll have to do. Well, I better get back to my family. They'll be worried about me. Nice meeting you. Hope our paths cross again. Bye! And as quickly as we got our first party member, they have moved on. But don't worry, they'll be joining us again later. Well, thank you for saving me, but I've got to be getting back to my home too. Wait, are you Keladar? What? Oh, yes I am. I've lost my memory. I was told you could help. Well, I can, yes, however not here. Meet me about a day's journey to the south in the village of Chal. I run the weapons shop there. Thank you, I'll do so. Bye for now. Alright, and off he goes. And we get an Ember Gem, which allows us to use the fire-based Ember attack. Very useful indeed. Hey, well done. Blaze told me all about what happened. He said you acted like a true hero. Look, the dancers at the inn have agreed to do a free performance for all the people, and we would like you to be our guest of honor. Wow, Annie, I've always wanted to see a dance. Sure, that sounds fun. Okay then, meet you there. And off she goes, singing happily. Return to me. Now, suffer. I trust none of you will fail me as this one has. It seems the little lordling survived our attempts to rid this world of him. No matter. We will still move forward with our plans. Now, give me your reports. I have the children you requested. I will go and ready them for absorption as you requested. Route 9 has been infected with pantomimes, but I've begun to make my way up the Three Sisters so I can map out Route 10 and 11. I have taken over the village of Chal, Master. Now I have begun to make my way towards Yurtiga. The supplies for equipping our troops have been gathered, and I await further orders. My research continues. I am close to unlocking the code, but need more time. Some motivation to work quicker. Next. I have taken over the cave on Route 9 and begun to work out ways to sneak into Yurtiga. The ruins are vast, and yet I have found more gems. Yes, Ni, more for Master. More. Go then. So, my nemesis, you have survived again. I see you are still willing to go against me, even though I liberated you of your memories. I wish you would just allow me to end this. How many more people have to suffer because of you? Alright, and with that chilling revelation, we will be ending today's stream. Thank you everybody who watched and enjoyed. As always, my name is Athais. Good night, God bless, bye for now.